My name's Enoch Makanga. By profession, I'm a security consultant. My other part is a passion in culinary arts. I was able to open a school in Uganda, and so far my school has trained over 10,000 Ugandan chefs, and I'm happy to say that today I'm happy to see one of my products, Chef Andrew.
My names are Elijah Sunkuli. I'm a chef by profession. I like to call myself FP95. That means Food Production Class of 1995, Kenya Utalii College. I believe I'm a true success story, that this career can actually take you places. I've managed to go to Germany to cook. Later on, I also went to Russia, Moscow, Russia, to cook, still courtesy of Kenya government, specifically Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So chefs, you can actually climb that ladder.
My name is Mansoor Jiwani. Just like Elijah put it, I'm FP78, Utalii. Now I run a company called Go Places, which is a hospitality and tourism marketing company. But besides that, I carried on with the culinary arts and promoting our chefs, our local chefs in Kenya, through a program called the Chef's Delight Awards. So this is a program that started many years ago. It was passion-driven, and it was actually to give platform to our local chefs to take it to the next level.
My name is Peter. I'm not a chef by profession, but I'm a hospitality professional. Currently working at Strathmore University. And we are championing executive education for chefs and for every professional in the industry.
Now, from your perspective, what is the status of chef training so that we can now today be talking about scaling the chefs for better opportunities?
The current status is mostly our training is tailored to over only basics. So somebody, because it takes at most 2 years, so somebody, that time is only enough to keep this learner with basic knowledge, basic culinary knowledge. And then this learner is left to go out there in the industry to continue honing his skills or her skills. It's basically left on his own, left to the world, left to the industry to teach him or her. But that's the current situation. That's the caliber, the kind of chefs that we have in the industry. But when you compare now the kind of skills that they have with what is out there in the world, because now we are able to peep into the outside world and see what they are doing, we see there is a deficiency.
How do you see us gelling well with the industry now that you've just heard from fellow panelists that we are only training for 2 years and then letting go our resources to go and fit into the market space compared to where you have traveled around the world?
From what I know and from what I've gone through, the fundamentals and the foundation is very important. For any chef to be out there, it's not only industry training, the basic 2 years are the most important in your career. However, saying that is that what's important is how did you first decide to take a course as a chef? Was it passion driven? Was it something that derived when you were a teenager and where your grandmother or your mother or your parents were in culinary, were inviting you to the kitchen? So the passion is very important first of all. Do not register if you don't have the passion. Then secondly, the 2 years that you are there, dedication, hard work is very important. There is a lot of textbook work, yes. Food costing is most important, but the foundation of things like even deboning, cutting vegetables, slicing, julienne, whatever. Those basics are very important. Those are not taught when you come into the kitchen. Chefs are already expecting you to have that knowledge. Now, after the 2 years, what's most important is, are you in the right place at the right time? Sometimes it's luck. What is also important is, do you have the right mentors to take you to the next level? The industry is the most important now. Now that you're there, what's most important is getting to know that you're in the right place, and that institute is going to take you to the next level, because they are very focused on changing the way the world is changing in the culinary industry. Okay? Secondly, or thirdly, what's important is, I think our institute should have more refresher courses, so that, because cooking techniques are changing. There's a lot of technology that is being introduced. Molecular cooking, fusion, using the right ingredients and local ingredients that are available just from farm to the table. So those are very important. So if you don't have those kind of attitude for taking yourself to the next level, you will not go that far. So it comes from you. The 2 years are most important in terms of what they teach academically, and then they leave you out into the open. You're out into the forest, you're going there, now you're hunting. You have to hunt for yourself. You have to look for the right places and ensure that you've got the right attitude to take it to the next level.
How do you ensure that even after the training, the past 2 years, a chef has actually left, graduated rather, and has indulged with the industry for a while? What are you doing to ensure that there is progressive growth for this particular talent who is so passionate about their career?
What I did in Uganda was that the first point was to bring on board chefs from all the hotels. These are chefs who are already working, 3 years experience, 4 years experience. And when I brought them together, we were just trying to look at what are the modern techniques, how are they able to be relevant in the market in Uganda. And what we did was we were inviting chefs from Kenya who are high level, and they would come and talk, for example, on food presentation. They would come and talk about food cost, and you could find maybe a whole afternoon chefs discussing just about food cost. So by the time these guys leave that session, at least people have been able to take contacts, and they've been able to know if I have a problem, I can be able to contact so and so, so and so. And I think that really improved so many hotels. The issue of food presentation, because I could go to every hotel and you could say, no, I went this function and I was able to get some skills. I'm not where I was. I've now moved to another level, and I went further to do a chef's competition. That we could be able to have a competition once a year. I got even sponsors to make sure that the chefs who are winning are able to be given certificates. And I think that moved the whole industry to another level. And I was able to be recognized by the ministry. I was able to be recognized by the industry owners. And they knew that at least we've moved the industry to a level that is not where they were. Currently, I think Uganda is moving on in a very good way in terms of culinary arts. Thank you.
How would these opportunities be created largely? Should it be the initiatives of the universities, or when do you, what does it take? Peter, would you like to just share some?
How we think it should work, we have tried this, whereby we have, though we have not started with the hospitality industry, we have managers train, for instance, a 1 week in Kenya, and then the next week, another week module in a foreign country. I'm working to see whether next year I can have one for hospitality with a French university. And we feel that can be a very good way of sharing knowledge. The other cheaper way to do it is to have people come, or rather a renowned chef to come to Kenya, which is actually cheaper than you going to wherever he is. And this we have done in I think in July, when we had for the year's event. You see, every culinary school, I know they have an event where the finalists will hold, let's say, an event, and they do it by themselves. We are able to bring an American chef, and some few chefs managed to come and interact with him. He just, we are not saying that they know more than we do. What I mean is they have something that we can borrow a riff from. So those are the two ways we can do in terms of, as a universities, as training institutions, to do the exchange programs. The other thing that I would want to comment is there has been like a war between the academia and the industry, because the academia thinks the industry should borrow some of the research findings that we have come up, which they should, because this is knowledge that has been created through an empirical study. It is true. On the other hand, the industry thinks academia don't know anything; they are just theoretical, and we fight that through knowledge sessions, whereby, like for instance, on 14th, I will have a knowledge session on data analytics, because I felt that is, or rather we felt that the industry needs to employ data when it comes to decision making. Even a chef needs to employ data. When you are, for instance, suggesting we should have this thing on menu, or in the menu, you're supposed to back it up with data, and you can only do that with knowledge of data analytics. So that is the best way. When you have knowledge sessions, that knowledge session will be moderated by people in the academia and people in the industry. We have invited chefs and GMs in the industry.
Joanne, you can start by telling us some of the challenges that probably you may have encountered that trainers could be facing to scale up the opportunities for chefs, including particularly the executive chefs.
The industry is growing. The hospitality industry is growing at a really fast pace. We are seeing close to about 27 new hotels opening by the first quarter of next year. All of them will require chefs. Do we have enough? They have certain minimum requirements. Are you meeting those minimum requirements? If not, there's no space for you. So what's important is to take it to the next level. One of the things that we were looking at is how do you scale up, is sometimes when you don't have opportunities and you have time, there's a lot of resource material available online, on YouTube. There's the food channels where you can actually learn new techniques. Okay? Look for one of the mentors. We've got, I can see 2 here. Ask them, can I come and work for you for a week? I'd like to learn some new techniques. Yeah? So that's what's happening. Now, the other biggest challenge that we have is we don't have enough chefs or head chefs or sous chefs. So what's happening is there's a lot of poaching going around from one hotel to another, not only in the kitchen, but every other department. So we are not churning out enough qualified students for the requirements that are there. So that is one of a very big challenge that we are seeing in the industry, poaching.